Hey guys, today I wanted to make a video that I actually made about a year ago, and that is, well, last year's video was what I've learned 1 year being vegan, and my vegan anniversary was actually New Year's Day. So I've officially been a vegan for 2 years and a month. I wanted to make a video on what I've learned in 2 years of being vegan. And Bob is in the video. Well, in last year's video, and it's so funny because I watched it and he was so little. He's just so big now. So anyway, let's get started. I don't have like the video really thought out, but I just kind of wanted to speak on what's on my mind. I think the first thing that being vegan for 2 years has done is that it really has transformed my life, and more in the sense that I am definitely more curious about myself, about life, about my spirituality, and maybe, and I don't mean to say that you need to be vegan to get to that point, but eating a vegan diet, so vegan, by the way, means that you don't consume any animal products. That includes like honey. You don't use any animal products in the sense of leather. Your makeup is cruelty free, the things you wear, all of that. So I really think that living that type of lifestyle where I am causing the least amount of harm possible has really helped me shift my mindset from I revolve around the world versus I'm part of this world and I want to make it a better place because I feel it is my ethical duty that I have been put into this world, and I am just so privileged to be able to make those decisions. So, you know, I really think that the vegan lifestyle has really helped me just awaken more. With that said, a vegan lifestyle for 2 years has made me realize how unsustainable a lot of the things in our culture are. I'm becoming much more aware of plastic. I'm becoming much more aware of fast fashion, social media, and the negative impacts it actually has on our health. So that's something that starting the second year of veganism, I'm starting to just kind of like be more aware of, because I feel like the first year being vegan, I spent most of that year just kind of figuring out what I was even going to eat and just experiencing that vegan lifestyle, like vegan cheese, vegan like donuts. That I have that knowledge, I'm starting to just become more aware of other things that can allow me to live a more sustainable and simple lifestyle, which is ultimately what I want. Another thing that being vegan has taught me is just, I don't even know how to say this, but being vegan has really allowed me to see people's true colors. And what I mean by this is that when I first went vegan with my husband, I'm not gonna say we received a lot of shit for it, because that would be a lie, but everyone in our lives all of a sudden became worried and interested in our nutrition, where we got our protein from, our vitamin C. We were definitely mocked. We were mocked, never in person, it was always on social media, but yeah, so we were mocked, made fun of, tagged on like the burger pages and like all this nonsense. And you know, 2 years later, now that vegan is more mainstream, more accepted, and everyone's just kind of hopping on that bandwagon, which I think is awesome. It's funny because the same people are actually the ones coming up to us asking us for advice and help, which we are always willing to give. But it's just funny because it does allow you to see kind of like people's true colors. And I think what the biggest takeaway I took from that was that if someone can't accept you wherever you are in your life, then don't be around those people. So if those people can't support you and truly be happy for you at that initial moment, you don't want them in your life. And that's something that I've found for myself. I want to surround myself with people who are genuinely happy for me at any point of my life. People who inspire me and push me to become better. People who add meaning to my life and add value to my life. And in return, I hope to do the same to those people. So becoming vegan, I had to step out of my comfort zone a little bit. I put myself out there and I made some friends who are vegan, and I created relationships and friendships that are so much more meaningful, because now it's like we can sit and talk about something meaningful, and it's cool. Those are the types of relationships I want in my life, whether they're in person or through social media. That's something I have learned, is that the quality of people you surround yourself with is by far more important than the quantity of people you surround yourself with. Another thing that 2 years of veganism has taught me is to be more accepting of people. And this is actually funny and ironic because you do have your angry vegans, and I will explain why they're angry. When you go vegan, you typically just go vegan because you watch documentaries, so you see all of the like just messed up, cruel, heartbreaking things that go on. And when you show other people and you expect them to rationalize things the same way you do, you get angry and upset when someone can see a video of a baby cow being slaughtered and still eat like a cheeseburger after. So those things, I get it. You get so angry and you get so like frustrated because people just don't get it. But one of the things that I've learned is that you're not here on this earth to change anyone. You can't change anyone. You can only change yourself and work on yourself. And, you know, just because someone doesn't share the same dietary views and values as I do, it doesn't make them a better or a worse person. And it doesn't make the vegan a better person. The reason I came to this conclusion is several things. I'm around all sorts of different people, and especially for my job, I have a relationship with someone who happens to grow their own food, and I'm not talking about vegetables, their own like animal. That's gonna be their food later on. And you know, they are the sweetest people I've ever met in my life, and I don't think any more or any less of them because of that. My parents, they are never going to be vegan. I've learned to accept that, and you know what? I love them so much. I think I love them more and more every day, and they're not vegan. And guess what? They're awesome people. My little honey pup, Bob, I decided to, when we first had him, he was following more of a plant-based lifestyle. Sorry for that. And then what happened was that he broke his little paw. Once he fractured his bone, it actually made me curious because I felt awful, and I felt like it was my duty as his caregiver to just make sure he had the most optimal health. And I researched, and you know, I spoke to pet nutritionists who gave me, you know, they were like, yeah, he can survive on a vegan diet, but he's gonna have to supplement, and it's just gonna be different. And then I spoke to someone who you know, just believed that they could not be and should not be vegans biologically. And, you know, it really puts so much into perspective because it really challenged my personal views with, you know, just what was the right thing to do. And I love him. Bob, you need to listen to this. And I love you so much. I love you so much, honey, that I would never, ever in my life put my views on you. Just because I think something is right and just because I believe full-heartedly in something, it doesn't mean I'm ever going to push that. Oh, it doesn't mean I'm ever going to push that on anyone or anything, especially my dog. And, you know, it's something I apply with people. I don't push veganism on people. I feel like before I used to like really push it more. And, you know, everyone is having their own experience. Everyone is really having their own reality. And I think that my duty is just to work on myself, be my best self, and that will inspire people, which is something I have learned in the past 2 years, is that I am making a change. Not only am I saving thousands of animals by choosing to not consume them, but I am actually inspiring people to even just become curious about a more plant-based lifestyle. I have had people in person and online actually come up to me and tell me how my food pictures are inspiring them to eat a little bit more vegan or plant-based, even though they're not going to fully become vegan. So that has been really awesome, and it has been so reassuring to me because, you know, I feel like I am making a difference, even if it's one person at a time, even if it's someone eating a plant-based meal a day. To me, that's meaningful, which leads me to the next thing that being vegan for 2 years has taught me, and that is that I want to just live a meaningful life. A life of meaning, a life full of happiness, a life full of joy, just a simple life. I don't care a lot about the superficial things that I used to care about. I don't care about nice clothes. I don't care about makeup. I don't care about nice scars. While I still like those things, I am able to see that they are not my happiness and they're not what makes me happy. And I really think that becoming vegan has allowed me to open up my mind and my heart, and it's made me more compassionate. It's made me, it has allowed me to be more vulnerable and honest with myself. And I think a lot of that is that I'm not consuming those foods that were tortured. And like, you know, I'm a big believer in energy. Everything is energy. And I believe that when you eat a tortured, slaughtered animal, you do ingest that negative energy. So you do ingest that anxiety, because animals do feel pain and they do feel anxiety and fear, guys. So I don't ingest those things. I am eating foods that are grown by the sun. We can't have life without the sun and without water. I'm ingesting all of those beautiful foods full of life, full of radiance. And, you know, my mind has definitely transformed. I don't have nearly as much anxiety as I used to. I don't have that self-hatred that I used to have. So my mind and my heart are more open, they're more compassionate, they're more loving. And you know, now I'm so curious about my spirituality and spiritual growth. And it's awesome because I think that is going to lead me on a new journey that is just going to bring abundance and happiness and meaning to my life, which is honestly, I think what most humans just crave. Don't we all want to be happy? Don't we all want to know what the purpose of life even is? And if you don't, then it's okay. Maybe you're not at that point in your life yet. And maybe you're in, you know, you're on your own journey, but this is my journey. And I have to say that 2 years of being vegan have definitely played the biggest role into me being and transforming and evolving into the person I am today. And again, I will say this now and I will forever say it, that being vegan has definitely put me on this path that I'm meant to be on, and I'm so happy. I can never see myself eating any other diet. It makes me so happy just to see that people are starting to become more aware of it, and I really think that compassion, peace, and love start on your plate, and it just makes me happy because it gives me so much hope for humanity. And yeah, that's it, guys. That's all I want. It's kind of like all I wanted to share, and that's the things I have learned 2 years being vegan. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.